Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome. Diana Lidstone here. I'm creating this short video because yesterday I posted something that, woohoo, I had created a month's worth of content, easy peasy, in a couple of hours. And I said, oh, does anybody interested in how I did it? And tons of you reached out and told me that you would love to know how I created this content so easily. So you know the drill. If you're watching, hashtag live, hashtag replay. This is on StreamYard. So please leave your comments below. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. So here we go. We're going to talk about creating content. And the reason I was creating this content in advance was because today's the last day. I'm going on holidays, right? But here's the thing about content. Before we get into the 5-step system that I have, you really need to know, number one, content is all about your messaging. It is what you are putting out there that will resonate with your ideal client. It is part of your messaging. It is part of your overall marketing system. The other thing that I want you to realize, content that you're creating is not created in a silo. It is not created, here and another part of your system here and another part of your system here. It is all together, right? It is part of this whole ecosystem, if you will. The third thing I want to share before we get into this 5-part system is that it is a system and it can be easy. But you have to learn to love creating content. There has to be this mindset shift about what you are doing. Because if you continue to say, oh, creating content's hard, creating content's difficult, I don't know how to create content, then duh, as the kids say, it will be difficult. So there needs to be a mindset shift here to happen. I also want to say that creating content is probably one of the biggest struggles I see for business owners, and yet they know they need to because it's a way of nurturing prospects. It's a way of following up. If you don't do this, you're leaving money on the table. Okay? All right, so let's get quickly into content creation. This is just going to be a very high level look at the system that I have. And, the inkling is if there's a lot of you who are, who would like to really dive deep in this, who would like to improve it, maybe I'll put together a course for you, right? All right, here we go. The first step in your 5-step system, the first step, you've heard this before, my friends. You've got to know your ideal client. You've heard it before. You've got to know that one client that you help. Not everybody, not 10 different clients, one client. And you've got to write to them or create content as if you were sitting across the kitchen table from them and they were telling you their problems and you were helping them across the kitchen table. It's just like you're having a coffee with a friend. Don't make it complicated. Make it easy for that one client. So if you are at the stage where you are serving multiple people, I challenge you to drill down, specialize, niche down, micro niche down. I can't tell you how impactful that will have on your business growth. Time and time again, I tell people this. They don't believe me. That's okay. All right. So know your one ideal client. Number 2, know the one problem you are solving for them. One problem. And drill down so that it is specific. You know what you're helping them overcome. And, when I'm working with clients, I call this the magic rule of one. And the magic rule of one is that you need to have this one ideal client, know the one problem you solve, know your one solution. So this is your, if you want to call it your flagship program, your signature program, whatever it is, one solution. Yes, it may have an upsell, it may have a downsell. The other parts of the magic rule of one are one method for getting your voice out there. What is the best way that you get your voice out there? For me, it happens to be live and in person. So why do I resort to things like this? It's because that's how people resonate with me. That's the type of content that I produce the most. But for me, it starts with written. Okay. So the magic rule of one ideal client, one problem, one solution, one method, one social media platform. Okay. So let's go back to the content creation system. Know your one client, know the one problem. The third part is be strategic. So, what do I mean by being strategic? I mean planning. I know it's a bad word, but here's how I plan. I'll take it in two parts. Okay. Number one is that strategically I plan and I reverse engineer. So I'll give you an example. In September, I'm going to be launching. Oh, you can write this down on your calendar. I'm going to be launching a almost free workshop called Uncover Hidden Profits and Time. Okay. So if I'm going to be doing that sort of the middle of September, you want to reverse engineer, like pick the date in September and what do I need to tell my prospects or inform my prospects or question my prospects for the weeks before that. Okay. So there's a reverse engineering process. Number two part of being strategic is that I have my own methodology, right? GROW. GROW is an acronym, it's the GROW equation. And it's what I teach all my clients what is their one methodology. So strategically, my content fits within my methodology framework. That's how things are strategic. Okay. Number four of the content creation system. Here we go. I have a 90-day system. So it starts with, hold on, I'll show you. Starts with, I have a year at a glance like this. Okay. And that's the high level. And so I look at 90 days. So I've been looking at July, August, and September, and I kind of give them themes. I start by plugging in that workshop and then reverse engineering. So that's the bigger part of the theme. Then I go, okay, next. Sorry, I'm just going to take you to next. I have what I call I break down each month by week. And you can see there's a lot of pen scratching, rearranging, what is going to be the best order, some subject matter, maybe titles. So that's the second part. So I go from the 90 days down to the month. Then I go down to the week. Oops, there we are. I go down to the week and I go, where am I going to have this? What's the title? What's the main objective? And I kind of outline it. So that is my system for being strategic. Okay. Now, the second part of that is I have a VA. So how do I do this? I take that one page and I go, I'm going to write a Word document that is, has a subject. And this is kind of the blog, if you will. But I do it in Word and I save it on file. And I go back and I look at it. Now, I send that Word document to my VA. My VA then multi-purposes that. Is that a word? Okay. She turns it into the blog that is on my website. She turns it into the newsletter that goes out to everyone. I might take a portion of that and create a video. I'll take probably a portion of that and create a podcast episode. It's only one piece of content, one really good piece of content that gets multiple uses. Okay. So now, also, one of the things that I do want to share is that there are multiple types of content. Multiple types of content. And that's one of the things that I could certainly share if I created a course or if anybody wanted to learn further about this. And I teach this to my private clients. So let's summarize for a minute. The system, the 5-part system. 1, know your ideal client. 2, know the problem you solve. Number 3, be strategic. Plan things out, reverse engineer, know what your flagship methodology is. Number 4, create a 90-day plan and know the system with your VA that you're going to use. Here's number 5. Creating content is like building muscle. Sorry, I don't have much muscle, but you got to do it. And you have to continuously strengthen that muscle. You have to be consistent and you have to tweak your style until you know you're getting the feedback and the results that you want. So, what do I mean by being consistent? If you're on my email list, you will know that my newsletter goes out Tuesday morning, 8:00. You will know that if you subscribe to my podcast, the Grow Equation Business Podcast, that new episodes get launched on Thursdays. I'm consistent. What does that tell my clients? It tells my clients that I'm also going to be consistent in working with them subconsciously. Okay. Now, what do I mean by tweaking my style and tweaking my content? Remember that the number one job of any of your marketing, write it in the comments. This is a writer downer. What is the number one job of any content that you create? Getting clients. If you're creating content, if you're putting shit out there and you're not getting clients, then your marketing is not doing its job. And that is where you're wasting time and losing profits. So, know your ideal client, know the one problem you solve, be strategic, have a system, and be consistent. It's not perhaps easy system, but it is simple. Thanks so much for what's going on stream. Who is, oh, hey, Pamela. Thank you. Thank you for watching this. And if any of you think that creating content, the different types of content, how to create it, how to implement this might be something that, you could use some help with. I'd love to hear about it because, I have a feeling that if I created a course, it might be super duper helpful. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Diana's Simple Client Attracting Content System. And I hope you also can get this done. Take care. I'm going on vacation. It is Thursday. I can't wait. Whoop, whoop. Anybody else on vacation? Great. Enjoy it. Recharge, refresh. We all need it. Take care. I love you lots. Bye for now.